your host, Sophia Allen Hendricks. Thank you for joining us. The topic of a woman's menstrual flow and the challenges experienced is still slightly taboo. Furthermore, the issue of safe menstrual products is not discussed as much as it should be. Did you know, for example, that tampon use can cause a bacterial infection called toxic shock syndrome? This bacteria can often be life threatening. While toxic shock syndrome has made headlines recently, it first gained attention in the 1970s and 80s. So it's been around for a little while. Code Red by women for women is here to help shed light on subjects such as these. We'll be talking to women across the country who are on a mission to spread awareness through the Justice for My Jewel campaign and the Jewel product. Each session on Code Red, you'll be hearing from women who are on the front line of this particular mission. My guest today is Arlene Duncan and Nicole B. Jones. Ladies, welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here. Let's start by hearing about both of you and your background. So, if you can tell us a little bit about yourselves and your background, and we'll start with Arlene.
Well, hello everyone out there in the World Wide Web. My name is Arlene Duncan. I'm born and raised Jamaican. I am here in the U.S. Oh gosh, almost 30 years now, and I did corporate America for a while I had two children, went to school, was able to become degreed with in the business world, and since 2009, I have not punched the clock, 9 to 5. I've been working for myself since then. And about 3 years ago, I found out about this amazing campaign, and I have been totally doing it full time. I'm totally committed to the Justice for My Jewel campaign, getting the word out.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And Nicole?
Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Jones, and I live in Randallstown, Maryland. And I am in the I work in the corporate world. I actually work in a hospital in Sinai Hospital. I'm an administrative assistant. Also, I volunteer at Liberty Road Volunteer Fire Company in my community, and I'm the administrative assistant there and on the board and their chef. I also went to culinary school, so I have a little catering business on the side as well. I started with Justice for My Jewel in June, and I would not change this for the world. I love doing this and just going out and just talking to women and just giving them, educating them about Justice for My Jewel.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us. And when you think about, the duration that you guys have been in the Justice for My Jewel campaign, it seems like a short period of time, but so much can happen in a little bit of time. How did you hear about the Justice for My Jewel campaign or become aware of it? And what made you get on board? Nicole?
Okay. Well, when I found out through a mutual friend, a friend of mine, and we've been friends for at least about 35 years, and I just
Wow.
watched him for a while. I was really interested in the company, but I took my time just to make sure that it was something that I wanted to do. And once I saw the different demonstrations and the information about the project, I'm sorry, about the product, that's what, interests me. And then also my story was that I had a hysterectomy at a young
Wow.
age.
Hmm.
And I was one that suffered with the cramping, the vomiting, running back and forth to the hospital, could not function. And I just felt like that it was my duty to go around and talk to women and educate them about the product, because I wish that this product was out
Okay.
when I was going through the problems that I was having, because I believe that I would not have had a hysterectomy at a young age. The Lord blessed me with one child, but I wanted more. So my testimony, I go around and I talk to women about the product and just to let them know what I went through. And I wish that this product was out when I had it,
Thank you.
had the
Thank you.
problems that I had.
Yeah, tough, tough, tough.
Yeah.
How about you, Arlene?
Okay, well, just over 3 years ago, a very dear good friend of mine, she's like a sister, she sent me a video. and I watched the video, and it was life changing. It was shocking.
Wow.
So I started doing my own work. I started doing my own little research, Googling what's inside sanitary napkins, the harmful effect. And when I saw what I discovered, it was like mind blowing to me. It's like, really?
Hmm.
Being a woman myself, and have two daughters and two granddaughters, it's no way in the world I could have not stopped and give this my attention, at least some attention, because being a woman, and after discovering the statistic, that 3 out of 4 women have fibroids, and I happen to be one of them
Wow.
who's always on the couch, balled up during that time of the month. It was a no brainer for me. I had to
Hmm.
be a part, to help spread the word.
Yes, yes.
And that's
And
what
and you talk about you thank you. You talk about, your discoveries online, and often when people hear information, sometimes there's skepticism. What were, as an idea, what were some of the things you discovered online about what was in a sanitary napkin?
exactly. Arlene? Okay, well,
Yes.
okay, well, you know, the makeup of it is made out of recycled trash, and they have to put it through a series of chemicals and dyeing, which
Hmm.
create a harmful chemical that's going in our bloodstream every single month for
Yeah.
years. And my common sense tell me that if bleach and dyeing being penetrated in my bloodstream, then anything could fall apart. And
Hmm.
we are addicted to it's not just the sanitary napkins that is causing us harm. The same chemicals in the sanitary napkins are in the food. But we can be addicted to foods. We can, we have to have the fried French fries and the hamburgers and all that. But really, it's easy to change a brand. We do it all the time. So
Right, right.
that was very easy, and that was the best thing I ever did, because my experience from dreading my periods to loving it now is just
Hmm.
amazing.
Thank you, thank you. Very, very interesting. As for both of you, as you are going around, the country, your neighborhoods, and talking to women, you touched on it a little bit, but what are some of the specific challenges that you're hearing women talk about experiencing, and how, if at all, have they experienced or seen a difference since
Hmm.
you've introduced them to this particular product, Jewel, that we're talking about?
Well, with my situation, when I went around and I talked to a few prospects and people that were interested, I I talked to my dad. My dad has a problem with being incontinent, and he has prostate cancer. So I told my dad, I said, take the napkin and put it in the pen, and we're just going to see what happens, because sometimes men that have that problem, they can't make it to the bathroom on time. So my dad put it in his the pen, and he called me and he said, Nicole, that thing up. He said, I had a little accident, and that thing absorbed. He said, I wasn't even wet. And I
Wow.
said, I know, Daddy. See, I told you, you just need to try 'em. So he loved it. And then I had another young lady that called me. She actually was buying the product, and then she didn't have any. She ran out. And she went to the store and bought a product from the store, and she called me and she said, can you get to me? Please come and bring me some pads, because I see the difference. She said, I'm bleeding heavier. She said, I see the change in the color. She said, and I know that I need these napkins and I need them real quick.
Wow.
And I've had quite a few phone calls. I need the pads real quick. Please bring them to me. So, they really do work. And everybody that I'm dealing with, they love it. They love it. They see a big difference in the pads.
Excellent, excellent. And Arlene, what about you?
Well, I'll tell you about this friend of mine. I went to high school with her, and she's in the DC area. She started with us, and months later, she told me, she said, Arlene, I didn't tell you why I bought as many pads as I did. And when she went to tell me that, she know of a little girl who's 13 years old, and she's friends with the little girl's dad. But the little girl has such severe pain during her period.
Oh.
So she had, when she saw the information that I sent her, she had to try it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When she first tried it, and the little girl, her experience, first she said she went from a 7 to a 10, as far, I mean, from a 10 to a 7 as far as
Mm-hmm.
her
In
pain.
terms of pain.
Right. And as she kept using it, she was just so excited. And how the little girl dad cannot stop thanking her for introducing her, his little girl, to the product. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. And the crazy thing is, we have quite a few womb specialists, womb practitioners in our with our campaign, right? And I hear them say that people who could not conceive get on the product, and after a while they conceive. Well, I had two situations where we don't make any medical claims, right?
I was
But
just going to ask that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that my neighbor, she bought the product, and she bought 4 packs. So she used it the first day I saw her. She's like, "Oh, I'm bleeding like crazy. I'm using two of the black one," and I'm like, "Really? You're Mexican, you're petite, right?" So but I didn't know what to say. And then the next day I saw her, she said, "Oh no, I'm good now, I'm good," right? And then I saw her like 2 weeks later, and she said, "Oh," I said, "Don't you go back to the regular brand now,
Mm-hmm.
with the trash and stuff in it." She said, "Oh no, I still have some left over." She said, "Normally I do 6 days, and this time I only had 3 days worth of period." So then I the months went by, a month went by, I didn't see her because she told me she had some leftovers. So I said, okay, the next month she's taken care of. Then later on after that, I saw her. I said, I didn't hear from you. She said, oh, I'm pregnant.
Oh.
I've been trying to get pregnant. She said, I'm pregnant. I'm like, wow. And then another
Wow.
person I know, she was 35 years old, was never able to conceive. She got on our product, and months later, she got pregnant.
Mm.
Thank you, thank you. And it's interesting that you share these stories, and certainly, as you rightly mentioned, the intention here is not to make any kind of medical claim or associate this to anything in terms of a cure or anything of that nature. However, what you're sharing is what people whom you've introduced the product to are sharing back with you,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
right? Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you. So as you shared some great stories, and thank you for those, is there a particular story that sticks with you or has stuck with you, that is the one story that when you think about continuing to go forward with the campaign, or if you wake up one day and you think, maybe this campaign is no longer for me or no longer what I want to do, is there a particular story that immediately comes to mind for you that makes you say, absolutely not, I still have to keep going forward and I still want to be a part of this campaign after 3 years or more of supporting that? Um, we'll start with you, Arlene.
I think of myself, right? Where I came from, where I am now, with as far as my experience every single month. It's no way I can quit. When I think about it, and I look and I see, I believe this industry did like $23 billion last year, I believe, and with an inferior product that could possibly harm in women. Like I say, I'm one of them with fibroids, and I'm the one that was on the couch telling my daughters, bring me 3 Advil multiple times a day, so we're not having to take any pain medicine. I have first-hand experience, so I know, right? And that with the inferior product, I feel like they've done. It's just far too much damage already done. So here it is. We have a product that is just amazing, right? To where I went from dreading my period to loving it. I'm walking around and I don't even have any indication that it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the days, a week before, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm about to come on. How do I know? My back start hurting, my all over start aching. You know what I mean? And now I don't have those period issues anymore.
Hmm.
I will never ever stop promoting this and encouraging people. I just want people to get to where I am in their period experience.
Yeah.
Got to.
And
Got to.
that
Thank you.
a girl don't have to, or girl who's about to come on should never be exposed to the trash that's on the store brand.
Thank
Period.
you. Thank you. Nicole, how about you?
Well, from I can piggyback from what Arlene said. You know, of course, I say that I had a hysterectomy, but I just don't want to see women go through what I went through, or young girls. Also, a story, my niece, she suffered terribly. She could not work, do anything. And now that she wears the pads, she's not having any problems. You know, and again, as you said, it's not going to happen for everyone. It's different for everybody. But my niece, she loves them. She called me up. I'm running out. I need them. You know, I'm not cramping. I can function. I can go to work. I can do things that, to go on with my life. So that's, the story, that I have, as far as a customer is concerned.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. I really appreciate your candor. And I share that because while a lot more people today are comfortable with this topic, there's still a few people who sometimes will leave the room or shy away. And so
Mhm.
we want to help people change that perspective on the topic. And that's why we're here. If there's one thing that you could leave the viewers with today, as we sort of get to the end of our session, is there one thing that you'd like to tell somebody that is watching or listening, that you'd like them to think about having watched this video? What would you like to leave them with? Arlene, why don't you go?
Okay. Well, I would say that most things that are great for us, we don't really gravitate to as quickly. We don't want to go to the gym. We don't want to eat healthy. We don't want to, do what we need to do to. Well, I feel like Noah building a heart sometimes. I'm telling people there's a storm coming and they don't even want to listen. Well, I'm just saying, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? How about just trying a product, right? And make your own decisions, your own judgments. That's all you have. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain from my own experience and the experience of thousands and thousands of women
Mhm.
who have been using our product. We love it and we're not going back ever. Never.
Thank you. Thank you. Nicole?
Um, Basically, I want to say that women don't go through the suffering because you don't have to. This product really does work. I know many people that are experiencing the problems that I have had, did have, and now they're using the product and they're not suffering anymore. Don't put yourself through it because you don't have to. We have a product out here that can help you, stop you from your cramping, change your flow, shorten your days, change the odor, all types of things. So just try it. That's all you can do is just try it. If you don't like it, then you don't have to continue with it. But I'm guarantee you that you will never turn back to the products in the stores. You will always stay with Justice for My Jewel.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Sophia Allen Hendricks. My guests today, Arlene Duncan and Nicole B. Jones. You've been watching Code Red by Women for Women. You can learn more about the Justice for My Jewel campaign at jfmj.org. You can also connect with the person that introduced you to this video, that asked you to watch this Facebook Live, and get more information. They can give you a first-hand experience with the product. So, as the ladies have said, you can experience it for yourself, make a decision for yourself, and most importantly, you can at minimum stop and think about what's in a pad. Ladies, thank you for joining me. Everyone watching, thank you for joining us. Have a great day.